I'm Josh Ryan, licensed professional counselor, and this is your daily rep, a short practice to build emotional control under pressure. By now, you've been through 20 reps, 20 moments of slowing down, 20 opportunities to see your reactions differently, 20 chances to interrupt patterns that used to run automatically. And if you've been practicing, even just a little, you've probably noticed something. Control doesn't show up all at once. It builds gradually, quietly, through repetition. Most people think emotional control is something you either have or you don't. They see someone stay calm under pressure and assume they're just wired that way. They're naturally composed. They don't seem to trigger like I do. But that's not how this works. Control is not a personality trait. It's a practice skill. And like any skill, it improves through repetition, not perfection. Repetition. That's why this is called a daily rep. Because one moment doesn't change you. One pause doesn't change you. One calm response doesn't change you. But repeated reps begin to rewire how you operate. At first, the pause feels forced. You have to remind yourself, you have to catch it, sometimes even catch it late. But over time, the gap gets smaller. You start catching it earlier. You notice your tone sooner. You feel the tension rise before you allow it to take over. You recognize the urge to defend before the words come out. That's progress. Not perfect control, but better awareness. And awareness is what makes control possible, because you can't change what you don't notice. This is why repetition matters. Every time you pause, you reinforce a new pattern. Every time you choose silence, you weaken the old one. Every time you regulate your tone, you build a new default. And slowly, what used to take effort begins to feel natural. That's how identity changes, not through one decision, but through repeated behavior. Think about it like this. At the beginning of this process, control is something you try to do. It feels intentional. It feels effortful. It feels like you're managing something. But over time, it becomes something you are. You become someone who pauses. You become someone who listens. You become someone who doesn't react immediately. That's the shift from behavior to identity. And identity is powerful. Because once something becomes part of how you see yourself, you don't have to force it the same way. You just expect it. You operate from it. That's where consistency comes from. And that's not motivation. That's identity. This is why most people struggle to change. They rely on motivation. They wait until they feel ready to change. They wait to feel calm. They wait to feel in control. But control doesn't come from waiting. It comes from practicing, even when it's inconvenient, even when you're irritated, when you're triggered, or when you're tired. Those are the reps that matter the most, because that's when old patterns are strongest. And every time you interrupt those patterns, even slightly, you're building towards something new. You're building discipline, you're building awareness, and ultimately building control. Now here's the reality. You're not going to get it right every time. You're going to have moments where you react. where you say something too quickly, where your tone slips, or where your defensiveness takes over. That's part of the process. The goal here is not perfection. The goal is constant forward progress. Because progress compounds. If you're just 10% more aware than you were 2 weeks ago, that matters. If you pause one more time today than you did last week, that matters. If you catch your tone once before it escalates, that matters. Those small changes, they stack. And over time, they create a completely different way of operating. That's what this process is about. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming intentional. And intentional people move differently. They don't get pulled into every reaction. They don't escalate every conflict. They don't say everything they think in the moment. Instead, they choose. They choose control. And that control changes their outcomes. Their outcomes change in their relationships, in their leadership, in their conversations, and ultimately in their decisions. Everywhere. Let's make this practical. Think about your last few conversations, not just the big ones, the small ones too. Where did you react automatically? Where did you pause? Where did you feel the difference? That reflection matters because reflection reinforces awareness. And awareness drives better reps. This is how you improve, not by ignoring mistakes, but by learning from them and then adjusting and then trying again. That's the process. Today's rep. At the end of the today, take 2 minutes and ask yourself 3 questions. 1, where did I react today? 2, where did I pause? 3, what would I do differently next time? That's it. Simple but powerful. Because those questions turn experience into learning. And learning improves your next rep, practicing over time. Because control is not built in a single moment. It's built across many moments. Repeated, refined, strengthened. If you're serious about building emotional discipline and stronger communication, stay with us in the process. We're in a 30-day discipline run. 20 reps are complete with 10 more to go. If you're interested in getting the book or the workbook to continue to learn and understand how to apply these skills in your life, please go to pauseandrespond.com. Make sure you follow the show so you don't miss the next rep, because tomorrow we shift again. We begin to move into the next pillar, because control is not just about what you do in the moment. It's about what you do after. Less reaction, more choice.